Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your YouTube channel, and welcome back to Objects of Time, the channel where we explore the craziest, coolest, and most mind-blowing stuff from history. Today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that affects every single one of us. Money, that's right, those dollar bills, coins, and even the digital numbers in your bank account, they've got a wild story to tell. So buckle up, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get ready to explore the fascinating journey of money, from ancient coins to digital cash. Before we had these bad boys, dollar bills, credit cards, Bitcoin, people used to trade stuff in a way more chaotic way, bartering. Imagine trying to buy a phone with a cow. That's bartering. It sounds fun, right? Trading a chicken for a new pair of shoes? But trust me, it was a recipe for disaster. Imagine trying to trade your pet goldfish for a car. No way. That's why some geniuses back in the day were like, yo, we need something everyone values to make trading easier. And bam, money was born. From there, it went through some serious transformations. Think of it like a Pokemon evolving, but instead of getting cooler attacks, it gets easier to carry around and spend. First up, we had people trading all sorts of weird stuff as currency seashells, beads, even giant stones. Imagine trying to fit one of those bad boys in your wallet. Then came the Egyptians. They were like, let's use metal rings. Talk about an upgrade. But it wasn't until the Lydians, those ancient rock stars, that coins were invented. And then, boom, paper money exploded onto the scene in China. It was lighter, easier to trade, and you wouldn't need a team of horses to carry your cash around. Fast forward to today, and we've got digital currencies like Bitcoin taking over. It's wild to think how far we've come. So, where did this crazy idea of money even come from? The answer might surprise you. It all started with, wait for it, debt. That's right, people needed a way to keep track of who owed what. So they started using tokens or objects to represent value. It was like an IOU, but instead of writing it on a napkin, they used shells or beads. Eventually, these tokens evolved into what we now know as money. It's crazy to think that something as simple as wanting to track who owed who a favor could lead to the creation of something as complex as our global financial system. Now, let's get to the fun part. The weird and wacky forms of money used throughout history. We're talking about stuff that makes Bitcoin look normal. In ancient Mesopotamia, they used clay tablets. Imagine trying to slip that into your back pocket. And get this, on the island of Yap, they used giant stone discs called rye stones. Talk about heavy metal, but my personal favorite? Cowrie shells. These little guys were used as currency in Africa, Asia, and parts of Europe for centuries. They were small, durable, and surprisingly valuable. It just goes to show that when it comes to money, pretty much anything goes. Okay, so we've talked about weird ancient money, but how did we get to the coins and bills we use today? It all started with those innovative Lydians again. They figured out that stamping pieces of metal with images made them harder to counterfeit. Plus, it looked pretty cool. And bam, the first coins were born. Then, paper money came along in China, thanks to, get this, a shortage of copper for coins. It was a game changer. Suddenly, you didn't need a wheelbarrow to carry your cash around. This paved the way for the modern banking system and all the financial shenanigans we know and love today. Money isn't just about buying stuff. It's woven into the fabric of our cultures and traditions. Think about it. Wedding gifts, lucky money envelopes, even the way we tip our baristas. It's all about the cash. Different cultures value money in different ways, which can lead to some pretty interesting customs. In some cultures, it's rude to talk about money openly, while in others, it's a sign of pride. It's amazing how something that started as a simple way to trade stuff could become so deeply ingrained in who we are. Now let's talk about banks. Those magical places where your money disappears and reappears with the click of a button. The first banks popped up in ancient Mesopotamia and Rome, but they were nothing like the ones we have today. Back then, temples acted as banks, keeping people's gold and valuables safe. Fast forward to the Italian Renaissance, and banking families like the Medicis changed the game. They introduced things like loans, credit, and even international money transfers. Today, banks are essential to our global economy, even if they can be a bit confusing sometimes. And there you have it, folks. The incredible journey of money, from bartering with chickens to swiping your credit card for that new pair of shoes you've been eyeing. It's wild to think how something that started out as a simple way to trade for stuff has evolved into such a complex and powerful force in our world. If you enjoyed this wild ride through the history of money, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more mind-blowing history lessons, and I'll catch you in the next one.